We started travelling on Thursday, it's now Sunday afternoon, but we made it! Here we are with Ethos.
Just feel so happy. Funny.
Yeah.
Job one, done.
This look is really big in Paris and Milan right now, and it's just made it to Preveza.
I especially like your shoes. Who are you wearing?
I don't want to speak too soon, but I also want to speak too soon. I feel like all I needed was some new fuel.
How are you feeling?
10 out of 10 excited. I can't even believe it. I kind of want to see her. I'm kind of just...
Okay, so tell me what you're imagining from Ethos.
I'm just imagining to step on her and feel like I'm at home. From the moment that we talked about her and you showed me her and everything, like all the other boats we'd seen before, even though it wasn't that many, but even the ones we talked about, like, oh, I just didn't feel this kind of connection.
La 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 la!
And I'm not ready for
The baby boat in the flesh.
I'll be by myself tonight. So put your hands into the sky.
Beautiful!
And touch the air that I'm breathing. But turn my time into meaning.
Tell me what you make of
I'll
that.
be by myself
I love her already.
How does the reality meet your
I feel like
expectations?
she's bigger than I thought. Okay, I'm soaping.
So as we are self-quarantining, but on the boat, we're trying not to use the showers or toilet blocks, and we didn't really want to get the inside of the boat wet, so here we are by the side of the boat, back of the boat, plugged in, and we're having a quick outdoor shower. Looking in the lazarette, figuring out what we've got and what we need. So this one's full of lots of painting bits and cleaning bits. So we're going to just look at what we've got. We know roughly what we need. If there's any gaps. Hopefully not, because we are in self-quarantine, so we can't go and buy any bits until Friday. We have pre-ordered anti-foul from the chandlery, so they're going to drop that round today, so we can potentially start painting tomorrow or the day after.
I'm trying to look the handle to the broom so that I can give it a spring clean.
See what's inside the mystery box.
It says life jackets. It's a big mystery.
And the mystery is solved.
Kids' life jacket.
I'll tell you what, that'll free up space for a pipe. I think these are out of date though, so we're gonna, well, I'm pretty sure they're out of date. Look at these puppies. And these springs.
They anchor.
Yeah, so when not for anchoring, but when you're moored up and then you want to really have some heavy duty springs. Heavy duty, right? We're told the boatyard would normally be empty this time of year, but at the moment there were thousands of boats.
Last night Melissa and I scraped the hull and got it nice and smooth, and where we're applying the same anti-foul that was on there before, we don't need to prime it. There's a good layer over the rest of the hull. So yeah, now I've got to make sure there's no grease on it. We did wash it as well yesterday. Today we'll masking tape up the waterline, and then this evening when it gets nice and cool again, maybe around 5 o'clock, we will paint it.
As you can see, our boat is chock full of stuff, so to find out what's in there I had to go digging through the lazarettes.
Callum is about to settle down to do some work, and I have the job of cleaning. So I'm going to start at the bow and work my way back.
I want us to get out of here. I want to run along the highs and test your fears.
the captain's given me a few jobs for the afternoon. I need to take up the anode, which is...
I wait up most nights till we're
here on the propeller, so that we can paint, I forgot what he said this bit's called, but basically this bit, so we can anti-foul that bit. My second job is to cut around the tape on the Seacocks, so that again you can paint the Seacocks as well, because at the moment if you see the tape is like overlapping. So that is my second job, and my third job is to finish cleaning the fenders. We started with a pressure washer, but if you can see, it didn't really do anything. It got a bit of muck off, but when I just took a rag to it, a lot cleaner. So I'm just gonna hand clean all the fenders.
Hey, hello back there. Hello, so here I am with my head in the aft of the boat through the back of the, and I knew already from the survey that the upper rudder bearing seal needed to be replaced. So I'm looking at that now. I'll just show you. But so this is how I've come across it. So it was already, I don't know if that was the surveyor or if that was how it was before with the guys start painting last night, but because we had to let the primer dry, we didn't start until quite late in the evening, and actually got a bit darker earlier than we thought. So we've done about, what would you say, a fifth of the boat. So we've basically done the rudder and from the aft back to that support there, just on this side. And so now I got up early and wanted to do it this morning, but there's still a bit of mildew on the deck and everything was a little bit damp still. So we haven't started until now. It's now 9 o'clock.
This look is really big in Paris and Milan right now, and it's just made it to Preveza.
I especially like your shoes. Who are you wearing?
This is Christian Dior, new. This season.
We're well stocked. Until this morning we were having to scrimp a little bit on food.
Yeah.
We had
Now we've gone the other way.
yeah, we had enough, we thought, to see us through until Friday, which is when our quarantine ends, if we ate conservatively, which was, we were fine. We were never going to starve, we were fine. We just had to start, we would have had to just start eating some weird snacks and breakfast. But yeah, then Melissa put in a call today to a lovely Greek man, and then sent him an email with the things we'd like. And before he'd just come back to say, oh, we asked for rosé, and I think he thought Melissa was asking for roses.
You did think I was
Yeah. So he said, oh, we don't have any roses, sorry. And then Melissa thought she'd have to confirm back, oh, that's just rosé wine. And then as we were talking about it, we got a call from the boatyard reception.
And it was in the matter of a few minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't like we didn't reply.
Yeah, and as we were talking about it, we got a call from the boatyard reception to say that the man was here to deliver the food. So brilliant service, super speedy, and now we're really well stocked. And we made a lovely tuna salad. So here I am down in the engine compartment, and I've just removed the old, I've got the name now, impeller. How did I forget that? And if you look at it, I think this one I used the some pliers to pull out, so ignore that one, but the rest of them, if you look, there's if you can see, there's quite a lot of cracking, and quite a few of these were about to go. So, yeah, here we are, just taking out the impeller. When I did it, one of the bolts, this one here, the head actually came off as I was undoing it. Here is the new, not quite shiny, but brand new Volvo Penta impeller. Sorry to skip forward, but just put the bolts back in. As I said, one of the bolts came off, so the heads came off, so I'll have to get a replacement. So underneath this cover is our Yamaha Malta 3.5 horsepower engine from 1992, same year I was born. So me and this puppy have been around for a little while now, 28 years. I'm still feeling good. Hopefully she's the same. Look over her yesterday, I'll show you now. She looks in really good condition actually. I mean, like outside visually there's a bit of sun fading, but I mean everything's there. Everything's present and correct. The only thing I did notice is this screw, can you see? Yeah, that screw there is quite heavily corroded that holds the bottom cowling on. But if we take off the fuel cap, I've actually already cleaned this up because there was the bit that hangs down into the tank was really rusted, so I got rid of that and I cleaned this all out, so no rust in there now. And then you take this off, prepare to be dazzled. If you look in, she's actually in really clean and tidy condition. Spark plug looks nice and clean. Everything looks good. The only thing I did notice is from that, the bits that attach the fuel cap so it can't fall off the tank, did mean there was some rust inside the tank, but I've taken that off and I've cleaned it out the inside, and I've cleaned the little filter. And there was a little filter in there, so I'm pretty confident none of that made it through to the carb. We got some petrol on board. It has been left on board, so it's probably a year old, but I smelt it and it looks visually all right. She's two-stroke, so yeah, we're going to take her down to the water and see if she runs. We're going to do a Jenny's Garage tribute. How many pulls do you think it'll take to start her, and will it start? Melissa thinks it will start. I don't know, it's been sat so long, I don't think it will. It could turn out to be a bit of a damp squib. Will it run? I'm saying it probably, so by the way, to recap, 1992 engine, was running fine, but hasn't been run in well over a year now, probably 18 months if not more. Cleaned out the fuel tank, but that's it. This fuel has probably also been sat for a similar period of time, but looks very clean under the hood. Looks good. Melissa's cool. How many pulls? What? Two questions. One, will it run? And if it will run, how many pulls do you think it will take to run?
I think yes, and 4 pulls.
I'm saying no, but I really hope it does run. Okay, so first thing is turning fuel on. I think it's going to take at least a few pulls just to pull fuel through the system, so I definitely don't expect to start running straight away. Turning the throttle to the on position. I'm going to pull the choke out all the way. Definitely isn't pulled in, pushed in. And now we're ready to the moment of truth. Let's see if anything happens. So
Come on, girl, I believe in you.
So it's in neutral. Yeah. Pull number 1. Right. A bit more throttle. Check this one back in.
Purrs like a kitten.
Tail's going strong. Nice bit of water coming out. I actually lost count there, so I don't know how much that is. We'll have to look back at the footage. 11, but hey, I'll take 11 for an engine that hasn't run in 18 months and on fuel that's a little bit dodgy.
Thank God we have yours.
So it's did run, which suggests that at least at one point the spark plug was working. It also must have been getting some fuel at that point in time anyway. It ran for 30
Is there fuel left?
Yeah, no, that should have used all the fuel already. Right.
Yeah.
So here we are, the best part of an hour later. We've managed to get some fresh fuel, get to run back to the boat to get the 2-stroke oil because we didn't have it with us. Silly us. Fresh out of the fuel into it.
The positive.
Leave it running for a minute. Might just rev it up a bit as well. I don't want to speak too soon, but I also want to speak too soon. I feel like all I needed was some new fuel. To be fair to the engine, that fuel had been sat there for at least 18 months, maybe more. No need to pimp this ride. The Yamaha Malta, 3.3 horsepower from 1992. She's running sweet now.
What is it?
So Melissa, the cat whisperer.
This cat actually gave birth to kittens on our boat. South African Steve, or Stuart.
Yep, Stuart.
South African Stuart has taken these cats under his wing and he now feeds them.
Well, he did, but he's left the boatyard as of this morning, and now we've inherited 2 kittens. Just walking back from the Chancery on our daily visit. Can we see this little fella? Yesterday we did a test on our domestic and engine batteries. We unplugged the shore power and we were just running everything as normal. The fridge, I used the little Hoover that plugs in over there. We're using lights. We just wanted to mimic a normal day of use on the batteries when we're on the water to see if they've got enough charge to do everything we need to do. Then about 8 o'clock in the evening, we started the engine and it started first time perfectly. But then I wanted to do a second, stop it, and then the second start to see if the engine battery had enough juice to do it, and it couldn't make the second charge. It was just, it didn't have the power to get the engine going. So
The previous owner had said that he would recommend replacing.
Exactly, we were warned that.
Yeah.
Not by us there, but we were warned just by the purchaser just recently when we were coming out to the boat. And yeah, so we needed a new battery just to give us peace of mind when we're on the water, so we can make multiple attempts at starting the battery, even though the engine did start first time here on land. So we went out and went to a nearby car garage, and they had some batteries, but they didn't have anything. I basically wanted a 70 amp hour, but they didn't have anything about that size. The nearest thing they had was 100, and because there's not that many options and we're about to launch in 2 days time, we went for the 100s. But it's a really nice looking battery. It's 100 amp hours and it's a bit bigger than the one that's currently underneath the seating over here, but it would definitely fit in the space. I'm just going to have to check things about a bit. So this is our current engine starter battery. I don't know how many amps it is actually. Starter battery, and then this is the new beast. It's 110. I'm sorry, 100 amps. Today is Thursday. We are launching tomorrow, so it's the final dash to get everything done. We have got the primer on the deck, so we were hoping to get a coat of the deck paint on yesterday, but
by the time we were finished taping up everything in the morning, it was so hot that we ended up waiting till the evening to paint on the primer. So today we're hoping to get 2 coats on. We didn't realise how many of the foam rollers we'd go through whilst rolling. They sort of disintegrated after a few minutes, so we're having to nip to the chandlery this morning and grab some more before we can start painting. So here she is, wheel in place. Later we'll get all these instruments off. It's got an iPad that can go in there. And yeah, she feels nice, she feels smooth after she was taking apart new bearings on.
We spent the last nearly 3 days redoing the deck paint, the non-slip deck paint.
Yeah.
And we're all happy with it now. So we're gonna take off the tape to reveal our masterpiece.
To see where we've painted over the lines.
Ready?
Yeah. It is the day of our boat launch. Time now is about 9 o'clock in the morning, and our boat launch is at 2 o'clock. And although we've been here 2 weeks and we've been doing lots of boat jobs, there's still bits to be done today. There's still bits we want to do whilst we've got a bit of shore power. Previous owner of the boat bought a new Genoa for the boat. It needs to go up. We've got to find the Genoa sheets, which are buried somewhere in the lazarette. So we've got to find those. But the big job, the big jobs really are just finish the touch of the paint.
Yeah.
Everything else is ready to go really. I've just been doing some polishing on the back of the boat. Yesterday we saw 2 huge turtles.
We think they were mating. They were huge.
No, I'm pretty sure they're mating.
They were honestly like, would you say they're about half of me?
I'd say they're well over 1 metre wide.
Yeah,
They were the biggest turtles I've ever seen.
Yeah.